The main bad guy in The Blade of Safavid is a bitter, revengeful Persian naval captain who escaped prison during an attack by the Ottomans. The attack is historical, my bad guy is fictional, but he's still revengeful. Once he escaped, he needed a ship so he could chase my characters all across the globe. It had to be a really good ship, so I went hunting for a historically great ship to recruit into my story, The Blade of Safavid. Of the many great ships I studied, one line in the historical accounts of Portuguese naval operations of the Battle of Matapan recorded this: "The fate of Nossa Senhora da Conceição after 1724 remains unknown, but its role in Lopo's triumphs endures in naval history." Well, of course, that had to be my ship, the Nossa Senhora Conceição. Well, I know what happened to it. Just read The Blade of Safavid and you'll know too, but the captain is real. He's a real guy, and in respect to his great honor, I left out his full name and only called him Captain Conte da Rio Grande. Well, I couldn't pronounce his name. That was nice of me, but here's the real captain. I think he was pretty sharp. Lopo Furtado de Mendonça, the real Count da Rio Grande. He was a distinguished Portuguese nobleman and naval officer who rose to prominence in the late 17th and early 18th centuries. As an admiral, he commanded the Portuguese warship Nossa Senhora da Conceição during significant naval campaigns, showcasing Portugal's maritime prowess. Born in 1661 to Jorge Furtado de Mendonça, a naval admiral, Lopo inherited a legacy of military service. He began his career young, fighting in Mazagan and commanding a smaller warship. By 1702, he was appointed admiral, and in 1704 he earned the rank of field marshal during conflicts with Spain, demonstrating his versatility on land and sea. His titles included Commander of Borba in the Order of Avis, Captain of the Royal Guard in Grande of Portugal. In 1716 and 1770, Lopo commanded the Nossa Senhora da Conceição, an 80-gun ship of the line launched in Lisbon on 1701. With a complement of 700 men, the ship was a formidable vessel measuring 220 feet in length, roughly 3/4 of a football field. It's a big ship. In 1717, Nossa Senhora da Conceição served as his flagship at the Battle of Matapan, a pivotal engagement against the Turks. At Matapan, Lopo led a Portuguese squadron including 2 other massive warships I won't try to pronounce. Despite the Portuguese fleet's superiority, Pope Clement XI assigned command of the coalition to a French admiral, Bellefontaine. When a French delegate demanded Lopo give the control to Bellefontaine, citing the Pope's written command, Lopo famously crumpled the document, loaded it into a cannon, and fired it toward the Turks, declaring his defiance. Within an hour, his fleet routed the Turkish forces, securing a decisive victory. So much for the Pope commanding the fleet. Lopo Furtado de Mendonça's bold leadership at Matapan cemented his reputation as a fearless commander. The Nossa Senhora da Conceição, under his command, symbolized Portuguese naval strength. Lopo died in 1730, leaving a legacy as a naval hero and a staunch defender of Portuguese honor. And as I said, the fate of the Nossa Senhora da Conceição after 1724 remains unknown to anyone who hasn't read The Blade of Safavid.